At the beginning, we see a mother serving breakfast to her children who are getting ready for school. Her son isn't eating breakfast and is looking at some sketches. She asks her daughter to help him eat something. Mother tells them she got promoted, and they both are happy. She says they will celebrate this weekend, and her daughter starts searching for a nice hotel on her phone. Their colleagues at the office are celebrating and congratulating her on her new position, including her boss, to whom she expresses her gratitude. Her boss assigns her some additional duties and tells her she will need to start working on a new project, which makes her a bit sad. We see Pim practicing cheerleading, impressing her coach. The coach reminds them that the tournament is approaching and, as usual, they need a cheerleader captain, selecting Pim for the role. The coach tells her she will handle the responsibility well as captain, making Pim happy. Pim tells her friend that if she becomes captain again, the team members won't like her, especially since she feels Mint is jealous of her and might plot against her. Her friend reassures her that nothing like that will happen. Putt and his friend are playing video games when Pim comes home. She gets a little angry seeing his friend and goes to her room. Fame tries to follow her and sneaks a peek into her room as Pim is changing clothes. When Pim notices, she tells him to leave and calls her brother for help. Her brother tries to come upstairs to help, but he falls down the stairs because he is disabled. Fame tells Pim that he knows all her secrets, and she angrily slams the door, hitting his foot. He goes downstairs and complains to Putt about Pim's behavior, threatening to viral his sister's inappropriate video, saying millions of people will see it, and then leaves. Pim's mother calls, and Pim tells her that she's been waiting for her, but her mother is busy with work at the office. Pim asks her mother if she can tell Fame not to come over anymore. Her mother explains that Putt doesn't have any other friends and that Fame is the only one who looks after him. Pim tells her mother that Fame saw her changing clothes and was behaving inappropriately. Her mother responds that she will talk to him when she gets home and agrees that Fame's actions were not okay. Both having dinner. Mother is working a long shift at her job. After her shift finally ends, it starts raining, and she drives home. As she's driving, she notices Pim calling her, and while checking her phone, she gets into an accident. Pim hears a knock at the door and gets scared. She asks who it is, and the person says that she doesn't know him, but he is her grandfather. He enters the house and informs her that her mother has been in an accident. They go to the hospital to see their mother. Pim starts crying when she sees her. She asks him what the doctor said, and he tells her that her mother is out of danger but has fallen into a coma. Pim can't hold back her tears. Her grandmother comes to see her and is happy to see both. She introduces herself and tells Pim that they can stay at our house while their mother is in the ICU. She assures Pim that her house is just like theirs and that she will feel comfortable there. Pim mentions that their mother never told them about her grandparents, but he convinces her to come, and they move in with them. In their house, Pim and Putt see a picture of their mother from her childhood. As they sleep, we hear a girl's voice in the house, as if someone is singing a lullaby to a child. Next morning, Pim and Putt go for breakfast, and he tells them that their grandmother tends to forget things, so they should take care of her. Pim asks how long they will have to stay there, and he says they will stay until their mother gets better. Putt mentions that they left their cat at home and asks if they can bring it to his house. They agree. Doctor checks on their mother and explains that while she hasn't sustained any internal injuries, she has suffered a traumatic brain injury, giving her only a 50% chance of waking up from the coma. The doctor assures them that they will do everything they can. Putt brings his cat to the house and notices a large hole in one of the walls. When he looks through the hole, he sees an old room with a girl standing there with her hair down. Startled, he quickly looks away. He shows the hole to Pim, who suggests that maybe it's just some work being done in the neighboring house. They have dinner, and Pim searches for her cat. Their grandmother, who doesn't like the cat, says it must be somewhere around and suggests keeping it outside so it doesn't mess up the house. This annoys Putt, and he says they might as well go back to their own home. However, their grandfather convinces him to stay. Pim tells him about a hole in the wall. Curious, he asks, "What hole?" Pim takes him to show the hole, but he can't see it, although Pim and her brother can clearly see it. Confused, he says, "Are you two playing some kind of prank on me?" They insist they're not lying and that there really is a hole. Frustrated, he leaves. Pim wonders why he couldn't see the hole and questions if they were being honest with him, feeling that something strange is going on in the house. Putt asks if these people are really their grandparents since their mother never mentioned them, causing Pim to think. As they get ready for school, Putt notices the hole has disappeared and tells Pim. She warns them not to joke around with their grandfather anymore. At school, Fame confronts Putt, asking where he's been. Putt explains that they are staying with their grandparents now. Fame says he doesn't care and insists he's coming over that afternoon. He threatens to make a video of Pim go viral, harassing Putt until Pim intervenes and tells him to stay away from her brother. Still, Fame persists in bothering them. Later, Pim visits her mother in the hospital and tearfully expresses how uncomfortable she feels living with strangers, wishing her mother would recover soon. Despite not being invited, Fame shows up at their grandparents' house, asking Putt when his sister will be home. Putt tells him to stay away from her. Suddenly, Putt hears a strange sound and asks if Fame hears it too. Fame says he doesn't hear anything. Putt gets up and walks to the wall where he sees the hole again. Looking through it, he sees a creepy girl vomiting blood, which frightens him. He tells Fame to look through the hole, but Fame can't see it and thinks Putt is crazy. Fame leans close to the wall to check, but suddenly a nail jabs into his eye. He accuses Putt of attacking him just as Pim arrives. Fame angrily threatens to ruin Pim's life, and Putt reveals that Fame has recorded an inappropriate video of Pim when she was taking shower. He is blackmailing him to go on a date with her. Pim is distressed by this revelation. Later, while Pim is cleaning the floor, their grandmother sees blood and becomes alarmed. She doesn't recognize Pim and Putt, mistaking them for strangers. Pim gently reminds her who they are, explaining that she and Putt are her grandchildren. Her memory briefly returns, and she mentions that it's time for her medicine. Pim helps her take it. Pim hears her grandmother screaming at night and finds her having a seizure, which shocks her. She asks where Grandpa is, and she says he went to see a friend. In the next scene, their grandfather is at the police station, demanding his daughter's accident report, angrily vowing to imprison those responsible for her condition. Pim finds Fame's phone on the couch and is relieved, thinking she can delete that video. But then they hear a sound from the hole in the wall. Putt tells her he saw a creepy girl. When Pim looks through the hole, she sees the same girl crawling on the floor, which unsettles her. Putt sees the girl too. Pim suggests they help her, but he insists she's a ghost. Pim looks again and sees the girl holding a little child and vomiting blood on her. Horrified, Pim tells him never to look through the hole again, believing the house is haunted. He hears a noise and sees the creepy girl sitting on his sister's bed, scaring him. His sister comforts him. Meanwhile, he feels helpless for not being able to do anything for his daughter but vows to find those responsible for her condition. Putt is sick, and his grandmother talks to him. She finds a creepy sketch in his sketchbook, but Putt insists he didn't draw it. When they check again, the sketch is gone. Pim and her best friend are both nominated for captainship, and Pim wins. Pim later discovers that her best friend recorded her in the shower and gave the video to Fame. Furious, Pim confronts her friend, who says everyone at school is jealous of her because she is perfect girl. The entire school has seen the clip. He tells his sister that he doesn't feel comfortable in the house. Pim asks if he's looked through the hole again, and he admits he has, making him even more ill. They both hear noises from the hole again. Pim sees the creepy girl crawling on the floor, vomiting blood, with a man sleeping on the sofa. She suggests the girl might be trying to show them how she died. Her brother theorizes that the room might be showing them the past, like a wormhole connecting two dimensions. Pim asks him if a girl died in that room, but he becomes angry again and places a cupboard in front of the wall, hoping to block the hole. However, the cupboard mysteriously falls over, leaving them shocked. We see him, in his police uniform, burning the man who caused his daughter's condition, fulfilling his revenge. Mai wakes up from her coma, and the doctor tells her that her father visits her every day. She realizes her children are staying at their grandparents' house and yells that she needs to get them out of there. They hear noises from the hole again and ask their grandmother if she hears them too. She reveals that she's heard the noises for last 15 years but never looked through the hole, and whenever she told her husband, he just gave her medicine, thinking she was mentally unstable. Pim sees her mother holding a baby but it was actually Pim, along with her grandparents, through the hole. She asks her about Pinya and why mother was looking for her, but she becomes angry and tells them to go to their room. Putt looks through the hole and sees that Pinya is dead. He realizes that Pinya is the same girl they saw crawling on the floor. Mai's father shoots Pinya's father, believing him to be responsible. Then, he notices that Mai has escaped from the hospital. She finally reveals the truth. In a flashback, Pinya and her father are seen playing hide and seek. Pinya hides, but her father, intoxicated, falls asleep. Pinya accidentally ingests rat poison while hiding and dies, leading Mai's father to shoot Pinya's father in revenge. Mai suddenly returns home and tries to take the children away, but her father points a revolver at her. Mai asks if her husband ever attacked him that day, but he cannot answer. Pim reveals she knows everything about Pinya. Put's condition worsens as he starts coughing up blood. Pim realizes that her grandmother has been giving her poisoned milk. She had poisoned Pinya's milk, which is why Pinya appears to her. Mai asks her mother how she could do such a thing, and her father tells her that it all happened because of her husband. Mai defends her husband, saying it's not his fault. She tells her that Pinya was an abnormal child, just like Put now, and that it happened because Mai married the wrong person. Mai feels very sad hearing this, but she forgives her parents and tells them to stay away from her children in the future. They return to their home, and Mai tells them about Pinya and her father. She tells Pim that Pinya took great care of her when she was young and used to sing her lullabies every day. Pim says that what they saw might not have been the whole truth. Her mother explains that she left the house because of that incident. That night, the old lady hears the same voice again. She goes downstairs to find someone knocking at the door. When she opens it, she sees Pinya hiding there. She wants to hug her, but she pushes her away and, in anger, pours blood on her. When her husband sees her, he realizes she has ingested poison, and before he knows it, she transforms into Crit, my husband. He asks why he shot him, and seeing this, he shoots again, realizing he has killed his wife. He becomes deeply distressed and then shoots himself. In a flashback, we see Mai looking into the hole and discovering that Pinya is hiding there. When her mother sees the door open, she closes it, trapping Pinya inside. Pinya dies as a result. Her father, in anger, lifts Crit, and suddenly we see that it was actually Mai who killed Crit. In the final scene, Pim hears the same lullaby and feels that Pinya is still taking care of her.